So I feel right now I'm just in the Eurovision.
It's Alesia Michelle. I am so excited because I am connecting with Switzerland, our host for Eurovision 2025. And it is okay, Zoe. Am I saying that correctly? Or is it with an accent aigu or something? Do I need to?
French pronunciation, so Zoë Më.
Zoë Më.
Yeah, perfect. Wow.
Okay, I got it. So, one of the things about Eurovision, for some people, it haunts us because you hear a Eurovision song and it's stuck in your head. So we're just going to kick off. What song? It doesn't have to be a Eurovision song, but what song is currently stuck in your head right now?
Oh, currently? Oh wow, I think currently are like the song from this year's Eurovision because I was just in Madrid doing my
Yeah.
pre-party tour, and so seeing all these songs live, I feel like I have like all of them in my head constantly. It's like changing. Like I get a bit of this song and then a bit of that one. So I feel right now I'm just in the Eurovision rabbit hole.
Well, we are. I mean, the season has really, really kicked off. And I think you're giving us a song that's very interesting. But, when I Googled you, because I have to Google and do my research and everything, Google said that your sound is German pop. But how do
Oh,
you
I know.
describe, yeah, how do you describe your sound? Who maybe has inspired you or what has inspired you?
So I would say I oh my god. I usually say my style, my genre is poetry pop because I write a lot of poetry, and for me music is very much like the melodies but also the texts and what I say. And I write in German and French, so it's bilingual music. And sometimes I write just in German, sometimes just in French, like in Voyage, and sometimes I mix both languages within the same song.
Well, I love your music. I love the sound that you are bringing to Eurovision this year. And so, when you were sort of creating this piece, did you know that you were creating it and thinking, like, okay, maybe I'll have this for Eurovision? Or were you sort of creating it independently?
No, so I was asked to join a songwriting camp for Eurovision, so I knew it was going to be for Eurovision if I wanted it to be for Eurovision. But honestly, for me, the most important thing was to create a song that felt authentic to who I am as a person and an artist. Because every year there are so many songs being submitted to Eurovision that you cannot count on being the one. And also, I think the most beautiful thing you can do is really show the authentic self. Because that's what I think Eurovision is all about. Like, doesn't matter if you have a fun song or like a super serious song, up tempo song, ballad. It really doesn't matter. But as long as you show who you are, because Eurovision for me is all about celebrating the beauty of each one. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, Voyage as a song that just spoke really, like showed who I was deep down. And I was thinking that there is a lot of negativity in the world, and that I think we need more positivity and more like connections between each others again. And I thought, if because I'm a singer but I'm also a songwriter, so I was thinking, if the world gives me 3 minutes to kind of maybe change the world for the better, what would I want to say? And so yeah, I was thinking that I would want to tell people that we people are just like flowers, and if we treat each other nicely and in a kind way, we can all become the most beautiful flowers. So that's what I sing in my song. That's kind of the beginning of everything.
I love that. I think it's beautiful. And it really is, I think, an apt sort of post country, entry, if you think about that. How did you sort of come to music? Now, everyone knows I'm a former musical theater, reformed. So former and reformed musical theater kid. I've grown from my musical theater roots. But what brought you to music?
I actually wrote my first song when I was 10 years old after seeing my first festival ever. I was a huge fan of the script when I was a little kid. So I went to see them in concert, and I thought it was crazy seeing like a huge crowd singing their song. And so the same day I went home and I wrote my first song. I was being really kind of delusional, like small kid, like, oh, I can do that as well. So that was the beginning, and then I never stopped writing songs, and now I find myself in Eurovision. So that's kind of crazy, and also just very beautiful, I think, to see that if you kind of stick to your dreams and just continue to do what you love to do, then well, great things can happen.
Yeah, I mean, you've made it. Here you are. I One of the things I love about Eurovision is it gives artists this opportunity for a global introduction to the world, because here I am in the States. There's people around the world who are going to be watching the show. Of course, no pressure. But what do you think about the fact that people from non-participating countries actually have the opportunity to vote now at Eurovision?
I think it's cool. I mean, Eurovision is such an experience. It's really a celebration, and I think there are so many people from around the world that love Eurovision, and I think want to participate. And even though their country maybe is not participating, it's good that they can still have a way to be a part of the show. So I think that's a good thing.
So last year I got to speak with Nemo a little bit about, have you ever been or visited to the States? Have you ever visited the US at all? And if so, where have you gone, or have you never
I
been?
have never been to the States.
Oh my,
Yeah,
okay, so
I
we have to
know.
change this.
I know.
We, we have to change this. After Eurovision, we're going to set up the world tour, okay? And
Yes,
you're going to come to DC at least.
yes, and I'm gonna sing in German and French.
Yes. Yes, you are. We're ready. We're ready for it. Well,
I
when
mean,
you're
I
not.
also like music like for DJs in English, so I could also like do a little EDM break
Okay,
after.
we're here. We're here for it. So we can do a club night. So we will do the club night. So when you're not making music, how do you sort of relax and recharge? What do you like to do for fun? Because I know so many creatives, this is already something that you do for fun. But when you're not doing this, how do you
Hmm.
kind of relax?
I love that you said that because sometimes I really feel like when I'm not doing music as work, like I still do music. But no, I like to be outside. I like to read like big books,
Okay.
and I like to cook. I like to play games. Like I love how do you say that in English? Like mystery dinner parties where like there's a
Ooh.
murder and you try to find who's done it. So these kind of things. But really, I'm a really kind of open-minded person. As soon as someone asks me to like, do you want to join? I'm always in.
Okay. I'm getting married, and actually one of the like team builder activities we wanted to do with the bridal party is to
Mm.
maybe do like a little murder mystery dinner
Yeah,
game or something, cuz
I love
the
that.
hash yeah, the hashtag, cuz apparently now for weddings you have to have a hashtag. Go figure. Our hashtag is the butler did it.
Uh,
So, I'm like, okay, we might have to do some type of murder mystery activity. So this is my signature question. I ask it to everybody, and since you have been exposed to your competitors' songs, is there a song from another Eurovision participant this year that you kind of want to do like your own remix, do your own spin on the track?
ooh. Well, so I have already like I did a cover of the French entry. I sang Maman by Luan. And yesterday Luan did a cover of Voyage, which was super sweet to see that we both kind of like support each other. But then also I have prepared a medley of different songs from this year that I haven't released yet. So I kind of had my spin on different songs. Because I think that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Like to just I mean, people say we are competitors, but in the end, we also are all like musicians contributing to like this big party that is Eurovision. So yeah, I love to sing also the songs of the other countries.
Yeah, and it is interesting because you are all musicians. And one thing that I think has been really interesting in recent years at Eurovision, that even when I first started, following Eurovision, you didn't see so much of, was the opportunity for you all to really connect, not just in person at like pre parties and stuff, but because of the magic of social media, you all can kind of connect with each other and follow each other. And I think because of that, we've seen more sort of post Eurovision collaborations between participants and things like that. Do you have like, it doesn't have to be a Eurovision person, but do you have like a dream collaboration you'd want to do? with any type of musical artist. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. I mean, I there's this Swiss artist here that is known for doing bilingual music, just like I do. He's called Stefan Eicher, and he's like way older than I am. But I think that would be such a nice thing to come together and make a song together to like kind of say, hey, different generations, but we still celebrate the same kind of music. But then also like in the Eurovision universe, I think, I mean, it would be amazing, like just, you know, I don't know, like if I could do a collab with Luan, as I said before, as we're both French singers, or even, I don't know, maybe John's Tears, who also did a French song for Switzerland, or oh yeah, I really think it always depends on kind of the musicality, if people like the same things, and then of course you could also collab later on, like doing support shows for each other's, like on tour. And I think there could also be many possibilities for people to come join me on my tour, or maybe I join other people on their tours. So yeah.
Yeah, and of course we have to have the US leg of the tour coming coming to the States. So I know you can't tell me what you're going to be doing specifically on the Eurovision stage, but can you tell me what the conversations have been like in planning your live on stage performance at Eurovision this year?
hmm I can tell you, but first I wanted to say what you said before, like the tour has also to be in the States. I feel like one day you'll have to organize like this huge.
I'm on it. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. It's going to happen.
But now to answer your other question, so I said from the get-go that I want to create something that I'm proud of, not only this year but also in 10 years time, that I will look back at the performance and say, wow, that was like magic. And that maybe even other people will look at our performance and say, oh, this inspires me for, I don't know, my staging in the future. So that was like kind of my goal. And then also the song for me feels like a warm hug. And I wanted people to feel the same when they watch the performance. That it's not just the song that makes them feel like if they were hugged, but also that the staging makes them feel like, okay, wow, I can just like breathe for a second and kind of, I don't know, get into a parallel universe where at the end of the song I go back into the real world and feel ready for the real world. So that was my main inspiration and goal. And well, I can't say anything about the staging yet, of course, but what I can say is that we're doing something that has never been done like this before.
Okay.
What we were told. So
Okay. So we will see it. We will be ready. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
thank you so much. It was a pleasure.